What's up, everybody? So today we got a video on Boomy, man. So this is a video I'm going to make because taking my advice from the last video, I talked about how you find something that I enjoy to play and have some fun till the tier set time gate passes by, and it's Boomy, man. So much fun, more fun than I've ever had in entire Shadowlands. Let me tell you. So if you're a Resto Druid and you're just like kind of sick of it right now, try this out. You won't be disappointed. It's just so much fun. Let me note you. I know because people like to. It's not Mark. You're a meme. Yeah, I don't care, man. It's fun. All right. So having so much fun with this build. It is kind of memey, but I've been having a blast. I've been queuing like tons of games. I queue with Emma on my horde. I've been playing like LFG games all day, threes. Trying so many different comps out. So let me show you guys what I'm doing, and then I'll show you some examples of clips where I'm slaying it up, and I'll see what the potential of this is. All right, so for this build, important things here: stellar drift, running while casting, and big starfall damage. Okay, and new moon. Okay, so new moon is pretty damn powerful. Not only does good damage potentially, the damage is like amazing. Like a Star Search could probably crit as much of it or more. But you do get the AP of it. It is on a separate school. It's an astral school, so it's not on the same school as clone. So if you feel like you're getting picked a lot, you just gotta cast clone first. So like if you're facing a warrior and a mage, for example, and the mage has kick but the warrior doesn't, or whatever it is, I'll cast clone the mage. If the mage doesn't kick it, he's cloned. You can't stop you. If he does kick you, you can still cast it. You can still cast full moon. All right, there's nothing you can do to stop it. But I'm having so much fun because the only thing in this game that benefits this, the only Covenant, is Kyrian. So I'm playing Kyrian. And the lone empowerment buff, the 15% damage, does impact full moon. So that's really, obviously you see this went from 9k to 11k baseline damage. This does affect mastery, also affects full moon as well. So if you do want to, meme it even more, you can go some more mastery on top of that. But this is part of the build that makes it fun. For the talents, Moonkin Aura for the insane crit. I'll show you a combination with the Soulbind that I'm running and Starburst, because Starburst hits freaking really hard. I've hit upwards of 30k Starburst. I don't know how that's possible, but it is. And then Alkanata for the fast clones, so you can clone up your targets. I've also been playing Bash a lot, so I've been running Alkanata for the fast root, so I can do like root beam somebody really fast, so it's almost like an instant. And then you still have a stun on top of that, which is really nice to have. Okay, and then as for the Soulbind, we're running Clea. Okay, Clea is the crit Soulbind, man. So you get Valiant Strikes that stack up. So you get 20 stacks when you have a target that drops below 50% health, and you heal them for 20% of their health, which is pretty cool. And then it has a 1 minute cooldown on top of that. The thing is, you don't want it to proc, because if you hold the 20 stacks based on this lighter path, you get crit, up to 5% crit. Okay, so you have, I go for Deep Allegiance, the Kyrian one, Tireless Pursuit for the speed. This gives you a 10% shield out of stealth, 7k shield, not too shabby. Okay, Well-Honed Instincts, obviously. Ursine Vigor. The reason I'm running this extra endurance is because of this one. Pointed Encouragement gives you a 2% crit for every enemy or ally. So if there's 3 things around you, you get 6% crit. My crit down here is juicing right now. All right, so I'm at 25% already baseline. You add that on top of Spear of Archon as well. When you attack a target that's above 90% health, you gain 3% crit. And then on top of the Valiant Strikes, it gives you another 5% crit. So if you really want to see the potential of the crits, you add Moonkin Aura on top of this. And let me show you. 1, 2, and 3, 40% crit. Look at that. And then when you do want to pop pop a little down, you throw a little full 40% crit. It still won't crit. Oh, that'd be really cool if it actually crit. But it didn't crit there. Whatever. But yeah, that's the build. And then the legendary is the Dreambinder. Okay, the Dreambinder is not only for the big star surges, but for the big starfalls. Okay, so something I'm doing with this build is whenever I press starfall, I try to prep at least 80 astral power first, so then you can back to back. If you don't, if you're free casting, you can kind of get a little leeway on it. But the idea is, in the midst of all your goes, in between all of your goes, you're having everything dotted. You're starfalling, do a little damage in between. Right before the Dreambinder ends, you throw a Star Surge. So now you have a 20% stronger Starfall. I've had as high during Incarn 4,000 crits on Starfall. Like they're used to critting for 20 per 100 here. If you add, add in a incarnation with that as well, celestial alignment, those are getting juiced up by both covenant, by both eclipses, and it could crank, man. And like that's just all over the time. Every time I have this up, I'm always trying to get that starfall. Wait a few seconds, star surge. You want to wait a few seconds because you get the duration of it. If you can throw in more starfalls, like if you're able to truly full free cast, you can even extend it even further, and basically get the entire duration of your I don't know if I can get it here. Yeah, okay, cool. So that's the entire duration of that starfall. So that whole starfall is 20% stronger, which is it adds up. Let me tell you. Let me like talk about like when you compare this to like the necro build, which is like circle life and death and starfall. I think this out damaged it, man. Like I mean, it's a little bit harder to get the damage off. Obviously, if you're free casting, I think it definitely does do more damage. I mean, you can run Solstice too to get even more pad damage. But the idea of having load empowerment on top of that too, which I didn't even do that time. So like I get these strong if I empower this as well. And yeah, these are 3K. Now I'm hitting for 3K 3,500 starfall crits. And it's just pretty nicely. But that is the idea. So in between goes, you're just stacking stuff up. You're just refreshing these starfalls. Ideally, have a little bit more AP. You're running the entire time. Maybe throwing some clones in. Picking up starbursts while you're casting, running them into things, rooting things, cloning things, delay the game until every minute or so you have your next go. So I try to make sure I line up my badge and my lone empowerment and with a full moon. So every mini go is gonna, or I'll show you the big go too. Let's see, hopefully we get a crit on this too. So the big go is going to be, have your dots up. Ideally you want 20 stacks of Valiant Strikes. It's not, I don't really like, make or break it, but I'll probably try to pop in a Eclipse first to get some shooting stars going. I'll Starfall, pop my one-shot macro, and then I'll cast Full Moon while moving. 1 Star Surge, 2, 3, 4 in a row. And then if you have time to free cast, you can just keep it going, man. But you will guaranteed get 4 Star Surges out of that. That was a 25 crit Full Moon. And Full Moon does hit targets equally as well. So like I've had times where I hit 3, if everybody was stacked behind a pillar because playing with like a Frost Mage. And I crit all 3 of that for 15k. Like that's a high value Full Moon, man. 30-second cooldown, and it gives you AP. And then like all these Star Surges, like I had a 35k crit here. Obviously this is not PvP, but Star Surges, probably are gonna hit harder than the Full Moon in the first place. But it's just cool. And the threat of Full Moon, man, people freak out. They don't even know it doesn't do shit anymore. And also you cannot ground Full Moon. Fun fact, okay? If somebody tries to ground it, you can't ground it. It's an AoE spell. Kind of weird. But that's the general of the build. I think I covered everything on it, but let's show some examples. All right, so we got a few clips here I want to show you guys. So the one-shot potential, I want to show you here. So when I do basically what I just did there, this is what, in a perfect world, this is what happens when you get it to work. I mean, this doesn't always happen, but I get my, I don't have enough of the Valiant Strikes going. I try to CC a target, we got no kick here, we pop the one shot, we have Starfall, we cast Full Moon while moving, we combo that with a Star Surge, and the guy gets absolutely obliterated. And then we just still pop a 23k Star Surges after that. So one more time, just for the satisfaction. When you kill somebody with Full Moon, dude, I just freaking have oh, it's so good. The best part is he was in the air, is like, down. But yeah, and then, another idea that this is something that I am going to keep practicing, but the art of the Starburst, okay? The art of the Starburst here. But you can try to manipulate the art of, especially if you're playing with a Frost Mage, which by far was the best comp I played with this so far. You can artificially manipulate the field to put more Starbursts where you want them. So we did this on accident, but I'm gonna try to do this more on purpose. But so once you see his ice wall coming up here, wait to turn the screen here. Okay, so this wasn't the best ice wall. He could have applied a little closer, but you can artificially make a box off. So let me show you like when I was thinking of when I saw this initially. Okay, right here. All right, so if this was connected to the pillar for one, okay, you could ideally move myself into this corner here, and the only place I can proc Starburst would be in this like triangle or cone shape right here. And when you hit a small radius or whatever popping these Starbursts, especially if a whole team's there, forget about it. Like, you'll see what could happen right here. This is what can happen, especially when you have Incarn with all these Starbursts. you can literally just lay down a minefield. So I go for an extra Starfall here, and then I'm going to Incarn off the Starfall, and then cast Full Moon, just like what I just did in the clip before. Incarn, cast Full Moon while removing. This guy full Aegises. We literally obliterate the Aegis. Multiple Starburst procs. Boom, bada boom, bada bing, triple kill. And that's the potential of that. And it is so much fun, as you can tell in my voice, man. This is like not a Wrestle Druid video here. We're having fun finally. Dude, like regardless of playing rating and whatnot, I've just been having so much fun playing this. I don't have any tier, mind you, too. The tier is gonna make this all that much better. Like the amount of star charges you can pop after that full moon on the Incarn is gonna go from like 4 to like 6 to 8. And you can just literally just juice back to back star charges when they're all getting that Dreambinder proc. You can cast a second Starfall during the Dreambinder probably. You get the Fury of Balloon from the set bonus. Like everything's just gonna be spectacular. Definitely gonna have to make some videos once I get the 4 set. But that is the build. I hope you guys enjoy it. You should definitely try it. And if you have any questions, let me know. If you guys like to see more boomy gameplay, also let me know. And see you in the next one. Peace out.